I found this interesting study that examined an early bell schedule and a late bell schedule at the same school. And what they found was whether you're a morning person or a night person, the late bell schedule has less sleepiness and more productivity like across the board.
So then how would you think that this sleep schedule could directly relate to the bell schedule in terms of time?
I think the bell schedule just opens up more opportunities to enforce your sleep schedule as you want, because teenagers, you know, they like to sleep in. I think we can all agree on that.
Right.
For sure. I mean, from my personal experience, it also has to do with just like how much stuff we have to do on a daily basis, like sports or extracurriculars. I still have a lot of schoolwork to do, so I'm definitely staying up late like every single night.
Yeah.
Definitely. And organization also definitely plays a big part in that, as your sleep level can also affect your brain in different ways, and it can help you function better in the morning.
I think by planning out really when you're gonna sleep, I think that really reduces stress. So if you already know when you're gonna sleep, when you're gonna wake up, that just reduces how much total stress you can have.
I don't really have like a rigid schedule. I kind of sleep whenever I'm done with my work or whenever I feel like I'm tired enough and then need to go to sleep. But I don't really know if that's a positive thing. So what do you guys think about that?
Speaking as someone who does stick to a rigid schedule, I think it really helps me with like planning out ahead of time, because if I know I always go to sleep at a certain time, that encourages me to get my work done before that point. And then that sort of helps counter the natural procrastination instinct.
Speaking about procrastination and managing your time with work, I actually read this study with some interviews between the different middle schoolers, and it was shown that when they pushed their work farther back, they ended up to have less quality in their work. And just overall, not being able to manage your time properly and get your work done is going to affect your sleep, and it's going to affect your quality of your products.
I like to go off the CDC recommended, which is 8 to 9 hours of sleep a day. So just kind of figuring out the time range of when I need to wake up and when I need to sleep really helps me plan my day. Just planning out the activities I can do, like the extracurriculars, so knowing when I'm going to wake up and sleep really does help.
Do you guys think that this later bell schedule would help in your own life?
Yeah, going to school later will definitely help me, because right now I'm getting around 9 to 10 hours a day of sleep. So having a later bell schedule will allow me to maybe stay up later, get more work done, and possibly having better quality work, being that I can stay up later, be able to wake up later as well.
I'm kind of on the opposite end from Micah. Like, I don't really get much sleep on a nightly basis because like I'm busy, and mainly because commuting between school, it's kind of a big deal. So it takes a lot of time out of my day. So when I get home, I end up getting home pretty late, and I have to study until later times. So I only end up getting like 6-7 hours of sleep max on a nightly basis. And I kind of compensate for that on the weekends where I really oversleep. If I could do that on weekdays, it would make my life a lot easier, because I would be able to get more done, and I'd be able to just feel more refreshed during class. Because waking up so early in the morning and having immediately to have to try and use that energy to focus in class, it's very difficult.
All right, so I guess I'll round it out by asking, how might creating a balanced work-life structure help increase productivity and manageable workload without being overwhelmed? And what is the best way to approach the creation of this schedule and the sleep schedule part of it as well?
So speaking from personal experience, I like what I like to do end of the month, right? I like to put down all the activities I have, and then I would also put down when I need to wake up, when I need to sleep. Finding out my days right before the month, it just helps me stay more organized, because I know what I have to do the next day, and ultimately I just know what I have to get done for that day.
For me, how I seek out this more work-life balance is by using a whiteboard next to my desk or a planner in order to time out what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, to maximize efficiency, have a better sleep schedule, all those sort of things.
Personally, I wish I had more of a structure in my life, because I don't think I really do. And I could make plenty of excuses for that, but I think I just really need to implement something. And one way that I really want to look into is actually like writing down and taking notes in like certain planners of exactly what I need to do that day. Because if you don't end up following your routine on a daily basis, it's not going to become a habit, and you really need to turn that into a habit, in my opinion. By keeping that rigid structure and having that plan exactly what you need to do, you're gonna feel way more confident and way more relieved, because you know you're gonna get those things done that day. So you know you're not gonna have to worry about it later on. And I feel like that stress that comes at the last second, that's what I really would like to avoid by creating a structure.
All right, so there you have it. Write stuff down, create a rigid structure in your life if you can, and if you're a school official, maybe just make kids go to school a little bit later. This has been Organizing with Table 3.